Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode here from the LooneyCraft server, and as you can see, we got pranked. We got pranked with a new message that says, snooze. So, yeah. Get that off there. That does not belong here. But yes, welcome back, welcome back. We just completed our first building in the city. So, yeah, I suppose we did something for the city. As you can see, there's still a lot of space to fill out, but you know, let's not worry about that. But yeah, let's do the tour. So starting off on the kind of like the curb appeal. You know, this building is based off of a old, actually very old, like Batman type toy playset thingy, that I had when I was really little. So this is what this building is based off of. For the most part, there's a lot of stuff that ended up getting changed, but, you know, besides that. So, you know, curb appeal, you know, we have a nice, like, flower bed in the front. I kind of want to get some better flowers, but that's just, you know, that's staying there. Watchdog News. This is the news building, and in fact, that is also my name, because I work and own this building as a part of a corporation. So yeah, and then as you can see, it's a brick, it's a granite, polished granite and regular granite. There is a few modded blocks, like I think this is called, yeah, granite bricks, just to add some variation. And then also down here, there's some andesite bits, just to kind of break up the variation, because, you know, why not? There's modded blocks, so let's use them. We have gray stained glass. This is, I really don't like normal glass. I think it's a little bit kind of, you know, not exactly my favorite. But then we do have these cool signs wrapping all the way around, which I personally love because it just adds like that bit of depth to where it doesn't look so incredibly flat. But you know, walking in, we got kind of like, it's like a waiting type area, you know, carpet. This is a mod we had that gives us light switches, and as you can see, the light switches actually do affect the light levels. But I love these because they give it like a very cozy type, you know, like not dingy, but just like kind of dark, cozy feel. And I really love that. And we just have some seating, some books. We have our mailbox like usual, and you know, some books and stuff. And we kind of have like a desk type kiosk for like the receptionist, I suppose. We have a, technically this is not, you know, accurate to the 1930s, but I couldn't find anything. I couldn't think of how to make like a typewriter or anything. So we just use these computers. So this is kind of like, yeah, the entrance type area. Then we come in here, and this is like the work type area here. But I'm really actually happy with what I was able to do with this space. So I guess like starting off, you know, there's just like, you know, books and piles of paper. There's kind of like cubicles for all the like the reporters, because again, this is like a news firm. So news building, journal. Anyway, you know, there is, you know, lots of area to be able to do work. Apparently this is missing power. That's strange. But no, there's just like little cubicles for doing stuff. There's like, you know, bits to put paper, and you know, all the cubicles just have their own little bits. Some of them have books, some of them have paper, some of them have, you know, broad pictures, because, you know, why not? And then we kind of have this kind of like a tiny little kitchen area with a, you know, fridge and whatnot for the employees if they, you know, get hungry. And then moving up to the second level, we have kind of, again, like another waiting area. These are, I forget what they're called. Yeah, but they're called canvas rugs. And I really like the kind of frayed bits, like right there. I think that they honestly just add a lot of, they make everything not feel too square, despite the game being made out of squares. So it kind of just breaks it up. But then here we have the actual like recording news area. We got like an on-air sign, and then there's just you know, like a click for on-air, because, you know, why not? It's cool like that. We gotta have like blinds to kind of close it if there's like recording, because who knows? And apparently I've been trolled again. Do I rotate? There we go. Watchdog news. And then yeah, then we kind of have just like some chairs here, just in case, you know, like I'll sit here and do my own. Well, hello everybody, breaking news, there's a tsunami that totally ruined, you know, like, you know, that kind of stuff. This was kind of fun, but also a total nightmare to make. This like camera here, completely another total nightmare. So as you can see, there are like some modded bits here and there, like this lever, like concrete lever. But you know, you're obviously noticing the, you know, the obvious bits and bobs here. So I used armor stands to basically have like custom bits. If any of you all have seen LooneyCraft, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Cleo is a master at that. But then I just used 2 discs to kind of act kind of like film, I suppose, like go like on top. Again, technically not historically accurate to the 1930s, but this is Minecraft. I can do whatever the creative liberties I want. So yeah, that's kind of like the news and, you know, recording room. We have, see, they put bones on my dog pin. Okay, I'm not even a dog. Watchdog. Because I see everything. Okay? Like, I hear some kind of banjo type thing. No. It's watchdog, because I see all, I'm a reporter, I investigate, I look around, that's what I do. Watchdog, surveillance. Over the room above, apparently. But here's just my office. It's covered in books, and, you know, I have a cool lamp. Why not? Computer, pretty cramped, but that's because, you know, I don't mind it. It's a stupid sign. And then coming up here, we have my... Turn off that. Some lights. Okay, but up here we have my storage area, kind of my living quarters. Again, shouldn't really be in a news building, but currently this is where I'll be doing most of my operations until I grow out of here. You know, we have a chair, so we'll do some of our intros here in the chair. You know, we just have ores, we got armor and bits, all the essentials. We have some storage here and there. We have my bedroom, you know, which is quite nice, some extra storage. The more so valuables. But we have a TV that has villager news. If you know, you know. You know, we just have a bed, and we'll actually sleep that way. We can skip this night. And, yeah. And also we have dog, because of course. But yeah, so this is storage. We have some more storage out here, because we definitely did not have enough room in there. But we just have all of our stuff stored here and there. And then, you know, every place needs a bathroom. So I made a porta potty. You know, because why not? It just uses concrete slabs as well as concrete walls. No door. You know, you can just kind of, you know, do your business and, you know, look at a nice fence post, I suppose. Because yeah, otherwise, if I... Give me that. Oh my... This is why we can't have nice things, people. People keep trolling and ruining everything! Okay, anyway, how did that end up over there? Guess we have another camera now. And then we just have some shulker boxes. And then up here we have the overflow bulk. Like all of the grass that I have, all the dirt, some more stone, as well as the generator that powers all of the lights. And this is just the sign. So, yeah, that is the Watchdog news building. And then, yeah, just coming on the outside, you can see, you know, just pretty simple. I used stone stairs to kind of make it not so flat, as well as stairs up at the top of the windows to kind of sink in the windows. And of course, I used panes instead of glass to, again, just kind of skip the flatness. Can't really do anything about this portion, but don't worry, it won't be like that for very long. with the plans that I have. But yeah, that is the Watchdog News Building, and I'm very happy with how this all really panned out. I think it honestly works very well, and it's not too big when you think about it. Compared to the plot, it's a pretty hefty size building. It takes up about maybe a little bit less than 1/4 of the plot. So we still have lots of room, but it's good to have you know this underway, you know, as we do, I suppose. But yes, overall, I'm very very happy with how this turned out, and I'm very excited to hopefully not this episode, but hopefully build some more buildings and yeah, do some stuff along those lines. Um, yeah, so that's the building there. Yeah, so I'm fully moved into the Watchdog News Building. I'm very excited about that. So the area does seem a little bit bare. I spent most of the season here, and apparently I got pranked again. Oh boy. See, this is why we can't have nice things, people. We just can't have nice things. I remember watching this show as a kid. Nice. I will put that there. Okay, regardless. Yeah, it feels definitely kind of bare. It's definitely strange. I am not going to lie. But, as it so happens, we have a barrel. And I know it won't blow up because, unfortunately, people need me. And I'm too valuable to kill. So we have a book and quill. And you all know how much I totally love book and quills. I will murder you. I hate book and quills. Whoever sent me this, you're dead. But as the night progresses, we can sleep in the bed. Finally. Ah, yes. We can sleep in the bed, and then I will show you all this book. Alright. Now that we have slept, let's open up the book and quill. Questions, all rolling around in the mind. A palace surrounded by thoughts and more questions. You know where I speak of, but is it a lie? Find the truth, the archivist. Yippee. Okay, so I'll be completely frank with you. It has not been that quick between the sleeping. It's actually been quite some time. Because I could not solve this riddle at all. Because apparently I've been to this place. I talked to the archivist. I had never been to the place you're talking about, so I had no clue. He had to give me a bunch of hints. But I do know where this is now. See, I knew what he was talking about. He's talking about a palace surrounded by thoughts and more questions. He's talking about a mind palace, which, if you don't know, is a state of mind where you basically have all of your thoughts and you basically arrange certain bits of information in a sort of a dimensional plane. If you've seen Benedict Cumberbatch's Sherlock Holmes, I think they have a mind palace in that one. I know there's a Sherlock Holmes that has a mind palace, but I knew that's what they were talking about. You know where I speak, but is it a lie? The thing is, the mind palace. I know that. Is it a lie? It is a lie. The mind palace actually doesn't exist, but the physical location of it exists. I'll show you momentarily what I mean by that. The thing is, I had never actually been there. The archivist claims I've been there. They only really told me about it. They never actually showed me it. So that was kind of a development. But I will show you where this leads, and then we'll go from there. And just like that, we are here. This is where this book leads. It's around a safe house. And the thing is, yeah, I really had never actually been in this room before. I didn't even know this room was here. So, yeah, this is where it leads. This is the so-called Mind Palace. As it sees, you know for I speak, but is it a lie? Find the truth. The thing about the Mind Palace is that it's in your mind. So it doesn't actually exist, but this is the physical part of the Mind Palace. So welcome to Appledore. Trust no one, trust nothing. I only trust about 2 people. So that's not my problem. Ah, yes, 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 yes. Curiosity Quill. Sir Owl. Look at that. That's actually kind of a cool feather. Look at that. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Oh, that's what that... Oh, it's a picture. Interesting. Okay, cool. And a book and a quill. Let's get back to my news building. And yeah, let's open up this here book. Let's see what it all entails. You know when I talked about how this server is very deceptive? It's a giant game of Among Us, basically, in simple terms. I actually can't show you what's in this book, as it is a secret. So that's awkward. My bad, y'all. I did not mean to lie about that. I retract my statement. Also, I have a new mod that's technically only client side. Nobody else really has this one because, I like it. But I installed Voxy. So as you can see, that's Sir Owl's place over there. There's the safe house, and there's Sir Owl. And his not Sir Owl physically, but he's over there. That's where his building is. So these chunks are not actually being loaded. They're just ghost chunks. So it's actually really cool. So it puts really no strain on your computer. But you can render, I think it's upwards of like 2,000 something chunks at a time. So it's very cool, especially if you're on big servers like I am. On many other servers besides this one. But when there's so many cool builds, it is really cool to be able to fly up. And even though the chunks aren't loaded, like, it's so cool to see everyone's bases and how far apart they are, because it's pretty cool. Although, if something gets built over there, I would have to fly over and reload the chunks, because since they're just ghost chunks and they run on my data, the thing is, if something gets built over there or gets removed, it'll look like that until I fly over there and load those chunks myself. So there's that. There's kind of that one downside, but it is nonetheless a very, very cool mod. So yes, unfortunately, I cannot show you the contents of this book. But that is going to do it for today's episode. I know it was kind of a boring episode. Not much happened in the span of the episode, and I do apologize. But currently, with finals week coming up for the end of my semester, I am a very, very busy man, especially with taking care of my family. And yeah, so it's been very hard to make videos. But no, we did accomplish. We've got the book. I'll have to look over that later. And we got the building done, and we finally have a roof over our heads. Only took me, like, what episode is this? 6? 7? Either the 6th or 7th episode. I kind of forget which one it is. I think it's, or is it 8? Basically, it took a long time in order to actually get a house. So I'm very happy. Very happy we have a formal residence now. But yeah, so thank you all to watch. If you stuck to the end, thank you very much. I don't say this usually, but make sure you like and subscribe, as it does help the channel grow, and it does help my discoverability, because I am still quite small. But yeah, so the plan for next episode is to I don't know when the next episode is going to happen, or when I'm going to be able to work on it. So scratch that. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And yeah, goodbye, everybody.